everybody. Hello, warriors. It's Sword Prepper here. So, I was reading some news yesterday. Not that I really believe anything that the news says, but I was reading some news yesterday, and I saw this thing about an AI. It made news. An AI creates an image that predicts the last selfie that will ever be taken. So, in other words, it predicts what the world will look like, what the image will be of the last selfie ever taken. Now, I'm about to show the image. It's kind of I don't know, gloomy, and it's kind of, well, some might say scary. So if you're not really into scary things, if you don't want to see a disturbing image, I suggest you skip this part. But here it is. That's what the AI put out there. Now, mind you, AI stands for artificial intelligence. AI, artificial intelligence. So, I found it funny that an AI would just predict this selfie. Now, mind you, AIs are already programmed, per se. They do think for themselves, but they can only think within the realm of whoever created them. So say I could create an AI to think for itself, but I can only give it certain functions. I could give it whatever functions I want. So say I could create a robot and say, okay, you chop down this many branches. You can chop down from 1 branch to 10 branches. Now that AI can chop down 1, 2, 8 branches, however many branches it wants, but it won't chop down more than 10. That's what an AI is. It can only function in the realm of whoever created it limits. But this AI, it seemed to have a pre-concept and a pre-notion of just what the last selfie would look like. Now, if that's not disturbing to you, I'll tell you what, it's kind of disturbing to me. Because first of all, we see what's going on with Ukraine. We see what's going on with China and Taiwan. And we have never been so close. We've never been so on edge and so close to a nuclear fallout as we are nowadays, as we are in this present time. I think the closest we ever were was in 1980s or the 1960s or 80s, I believe, with Russia and the US threatening to nuke each other. I know a lot of people don't remember that, but there were fallout shelters all along places. You could go down to Florida. I used to live in Florida. You could go down in Florida. Some of the fallout shelters are still there, but there was fallout shelters everywhere, just in anticipation. That's also where the Georgia Guidestones came from. The Georgia Guidestones came around in that timeline of nuclear unrest. But this AI predicts this image and says this is what the last selfie ever taken will look like. First of all, so what does ever taken mean? It means that whoever took the selfie, the world is at a point of whoever took that selfie took the last selfie ever able to be created. This doesn't mean that this person, that after the selfie was created, the world blew up and no one was ever seen again. It could mean that, but there's many possibilities. It could mean that all communications just went down. It could mean that all the phones that were being used just shut down. It can mean a myriad of things. But notice in the background. Okay, I'm going to pull the picture back up. Notice in the background, they have nuclear conductors back there. Notice in the background, there's dark clouds. I mean, it looks like a doomsday. It looks like it looks like something you see from some movie or video game of a nuclear fallout. I mean, just look at the flames in the background. You've got flames in the background. You've got a melting human. Now, it could look like, maybe the person got burned severely and is dying and was filming themselves or something. But no, what the picture is depicting is somebody who got irradiated. Somebody who was just in a nuclear blast or in the very near vicinity of a nuclear blast and is now irradiated, and that's what you're seeing. You're seeing irradiation. You're seeing an irradiated human being. That's what it is. So yeah, that's what the AIs of our world, the AIs of our generation, that's what that they're creating. That's what they're depicting. Now I don't know exactly which AI it was or what party. I think it was an AI from, what's that gaming platform called? Or an AI from, I think it was either an Apple AI or an AI from Steam maybe. But yeah, it's supposed to be a serious selfie. It's supposed to be, okay, a real life. Yeah, this is what the last selfie will be. This is what it will look like, or something like this. But I've gone on about that enough. Just be prepared. That's what the selfies are, or that's what the AIs are predicting. That's what our AIs are predicting. That will be the last selfie. Maybe for people in the city. Maybe for people that dwell out in the city. Maybe for people that haven't prepared and are going to have to scatter when the chips fall. But that's not going to be the last selfie for us. That's not how things are going to look for us preppers, the ones who have prepared, the ones who have put their houses in order. That's not how things are going to look for us. We know how things are going to look for us. We're not going to die by irradiation. We're not going to die by being in a nuclear fallout. That's not how we're going to die. We've prepared for that. We're not afraid of that. That is not our road. One more article I wanted to cover is, one more thing I wanted to talk about is, you all already know about it, this whole Taiwan Nancy Pelosi thing. It seemed to have died down a bit. It seemed to have, perhaps, it's still in the mainstream news, but it seems to have, people aren't talking about it as much. But I assure you that it's still going on right now. I assure you that this whole thing is still a big sham right now. Here's an article of Russia has, not Russia, sorry, China has been firing missiles over Taiwan, and this is like their fourth day of military drills. First of all, where do these people get all their ammunition? And how come these people can buy so much ammunition, but yet you have to spend like $20 to get 50 rounds for your 9mm? It just doesn't make any sense. So these people have enough military. I'm not even going to go into that, but you all know where I'm going with that. I'm not even going down that road. But yes, China is still firing missiles over Taiwan. That whole situation is still very much alive. To the people in Taiwan, if there are preppers in Taiwan, right now, they're probably bugging out. That's how serious it is over there. If there are preppers in Taiwan right now, they probably have already left, or are bugging out, or bugging in, one of the two, because that's how severe it is over there. Because we're not over there, we don't know the severity of it. Because we're not over there, we don't know, we're not a part of it, we're not privy to the severity of it. But to the people over there, it's serious. To the people over there, this is it. To the people in Taiwan right now, okay, guys, so we look at this whole SHTF thing as, okay, when it starts, that's when. Guys, to the people in Ukraine, to the people in Russia, to the people in Taiwan, SHTF is here. SHTF is not just going to explode one day and then everyone will know. It might, but I don't think so. SHTF will happen in a congressional manner. It'll happen where things roll out. So to people in Taiwan, this is their moment where, okay, SHTF, they're bugging out, they're bugging in. Think about it this way: these people literally have missiles flying over their head. These people literally have missiles flying over their head. They're hearing bomb shells going off. That's how it is over there. They're hearing bomb shells going off. They have missiles flying over their head. Imagine you right now. You're a prepper. You you are in Taiwan, or not Taiwan. You're where you are right now, but there are missiles flying overhead. You can look up, you can go outside and you can look up and you can see missiles flying overhead. Is that time for you to bug out? Is that time for you to decide? Is that gonna make you decide, alright, this is it. I've got to put my preps in order. I've got to go. Now is the time we've all been waiting for. Is that time for you? Well, it's their time. So yes, it's still very, very, very serious over there. Very serious. China's still very angry over the U.S.'s childish moves and stupidity that they sent, that Nancy was able to go over there in the first place. China's still very upset about that. Joe Biden made sure to make the U.S. look weak by coming out and saying, "Oh no, Nancy, don't go. I mean, it's not like I, the president, have the power to stop you. But please don't go over there. You won't do anything good for anyone. Please, Nancy." And she, anyway, you know, in this strong, independent woman culture that we're living in now, where if a woman isn't independent and strong, then she's not worthy of the spotlight. You know, that rubbish that we're living in now. So yeah, we just showed the world that yeah, we're just as weak as we were with Obama in office. Just as weak. We're heading for the collapse, because the U.S. was once prided on being the strongest nation out there, being the strongest country out there. Now we're the weakest. Now when China puts out okay, I'm gonna sound like Trump right now. When China puts out a commercial of their army, it scares everyone. Everybody is scared. But when the U.S. does it, we look weak. We're troubled. We don't have anything. We're weak, and we're never gonna be how we were again. We have to make America great again, and that's all there is to it. With Joe Biden in office, that will never happen. So, that's all. Sword preppers. Keep prepping, stay out of the heat. And, I'll see you on the line of battle.